Hey YouTube land, this is Tychondros here doing another action figure review. Now this is for the Neca 7-inch scale, I would say. It is their 7-inch scale line, but it's for the figure actually stands around 11 inches, which is the Deluxe Newborn Alien figure from Alien Resurrection, or Alien 4. So it comes in this window box style packaging. If I open up the box, you can see an image of the figure here on the inside. The figure sits inside here. You got the Deluxe Newborn logo on the side. On the back of the packaging, you have images of the figure with the Ripley figure, or Ripley 8 as she's known. Then it says figure stands nearly 11 inches tall, over 30 points of articulation, and includes display stand. And then there's a brief write-up of the synopsis of the film, and then just more logos, and then on the bottom is the kind of legalese stuff and the trademarks and all that kind of stuff. And so before I get onto the figure, I just want to say that this is actually my second Resurrection figure. This is the first one I got, and it came with quite a few QC issues, most notably being the arm was completely warped out of place. I did try heating it up and bending it, but it seemed to go back to that kind of position. And then I'm not sure if it's picking it up on camera, but the head looked like it was melted. It didn't look like on the side of the head there's all this area which looks like someone left a soldering iron sitting on it and just melted into the plastic, and the neck joint is kind of frozen on one side, and the jaw just doesn't work at all. But thankfully I reached out to people, the fine folks over at Big Bad Toy Store where I picked this up, and they gave me a refund, and I got to order a second one. And when the second one turned up, it was a lot better, and it actually is this one. So now there is a few other figures of this creature that have been made over the years, and I'll get into that in a minute at the end of this, but I'll go on with the figure itself. So figure comes with this display stand, which you really need for him to stand on his own, because it does not want to stand on its own two legs because it's very top heavy. This whole section is one solid big plastic chunk, and he's on these really thin spindly legs. So for articulation, he has shoulder joints, he has dual hinged elbows, he has a wrist swivel and a hinge. He actually has a swivel here at the elbow, but it's really tight, but you can twist the elbow a bit. He has articulating jaw. He has a head that's on a ball joint. There's nothing in the neck or anything here on the actual base of the head. Then you have a upper diaphragm that kind of goes side to side. He has ball jointed hips, so you can go out a bit. Not great on the out, but you can rotate him around, and you can rotate the leg in the ball itself as well to get a different position. He has a joint here on the knee, a joint here on the second knee, and he has a ankle and a rotation on the ankle as well. So he has quite a lot of points of articulation. Even with all those points of articulation, he is a pain in the butt to get standing without the display stand. So in order to do that, you just clip it on with the clip. It comes in a couple of sections when you build it, but when you have it done, it holds him quite nicely, and you can see him standing. So if I just move his box out of the way, just move it in behind here, move the figure back a bit. Now unfortunately I don't have one of my Ripley figures to hand, but just get him to stand a bit better. I do have the Machinko figure, which is a kind of human scale figure, so you see how big this thing is. I think she's actually slightly smaller than an average Ripley figure. She does tend to be on a smaller size because her character is a smaller size. And then for another 7-inch scale figure, here is the McFarlane Dark Bomber figure, which I've reviewed. So you can see the height. Even if I put Machinko next to her, you can see she's quite tiny, but that's true to scale because she's supposed to be I know She is supposed to be of Asian descent, so she tends to be a bit smaller depiction in the comics. But that's the height of Dark Bomber. She's about the same height as one of the Ripley figures, or one of the 7-inch scale figures. So you can see it is quite an imposing figure next to one of them. Now, just for height in this position that I have it in, it does stand a little under the 11 inches, but if I extend the legs out a bit more, you can get it to raise up quite a bit. So it is quite a tall figure, as it says on the box. Now, as I said, there has been other figures made of this. One of the ones I don't have is, it's more of a statue figure, which is the, I think it was Aishima did it, or was one of the Japanese companies did a kind of collection series, which was just a series of figures and vehicles from the Alien universe, and that were kind of like snap fit, but they were in blind boxes. So you had stuff like the APC, the dropship, the aliens, the xenomorph from Alien 3, the dog burster, the actual grown version of the burster facehugger, and I think they did one of this guy. And then here is the Kenner version of this alien. This was actually released when the movie was released, so you can see how small it is. Hang on, let me just bring this guy out over here a small bit. Hopefully he will stand without him falling over, so I can bring in the other guys. So here is the Alien Resurrection newborn alien that they released as part of the action figure line for the film when it was released in cinemas. So it's very limited in articulation. It only has like less than 5 points. The neck doesn't have anything, the arms just rotate and the legs just rotate, and there is a peg hole in the bottom of the feet. I should stress out that I don't think there's peg holes in the bottom of the feet for this guy. Let me just double check. No, there's no peg hole. Oh, wait, no, there is. They're very hard to see them, but there is 2 peg holes in the bottom of the feet for the newborn. Now, the other figure that was released, this was released by a company called Medicom, which is again another Japanese company. And this one was done in a 1:6 scale, or supposedly 1:6 scale. So it is quite a bigger figure. And it is supposed to be in scale to like 1:6 or, yeah, 12-inch scale figures. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me see if I can get him to stand up against this background. I'll just pan the camera up a bit, so you can just about see him. He's about a small bit taller than this guy when you see him crouched, and he does have joints. He is really rubbery as well. The head is actually kind of rubbery, and the joints are very simple. There's nothing in the hands, has rotation. Legs tend to pop out because they're on these kind of pegs, and you can see how they're connected onto that. You just sit on it, and it has joints on the legs, so you can even stretch it out to be taller, but it has a hard time standing without any sort of base, so you really need a base for this guy to stand. Well, I can get him doing that way, but he will topple over after a while. Even the slightest hint of a breeze will make him topple over. But overall, that is the Aliens Neca newborn. I really like this figure. I know it's not everyone's favourite cup of tea. I think they did a fantastic job on this. In fact, let me just see if I can bring it in a little bit closer to the camera, so you can see the head, the sculpting on the head. Everything on the sculpt work is amazing on it. The sunken in eyes, the mouth, everything. The weird, bizarre design. It was always a weird concept anyway, but it's just translated perfectly for NECA. I was quite excited for when this thing was coming out, so I'm quite happy to have this in my collection with my other alien figures. So there you go, guys, just a quick video review for the Deluxe Newborn Alien. As I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Cheers, guys.